you want me?
Yeah, right there, Coach, right in the center. From right to left, we have Brandon Oliver, Stephen Means, Jeff Quinn, and Chaz Anderson. Brandon Oliver today broke 4 significant single-season records: most attempts rushing, most rushing yardage in a single season, most 100-yard games, and most all-purpose yards in the season. So just mention that off the top. Coach, if you want to make an opening statement, we'll take questions for all 4 guys.
Yep. Obviously, very disappointing loss. There's a lot of seniors, 21 of them, that are hurting right now. You know, certainly just wasn't good enough. Wasn't good enough by me. Wasn't good enough by our coaches. You know, our players. I mean, they played hard, and you know, there was just some things in that game that really changed the outcome. And you got to execute. You got to execute 4 quarters. And you know, it's just tough to go out this way with our kids, and knowing that we had, you know, we had a good. I felt we had a good week of practice and getting ready for this game. But I'm proud of these 3 young men that stand up here before you, because it's not easy. And certainly I feel bad for our seniors to go out the way they did. But, you know, we got to keep moving this program forward. We got to keep finding ways to get better. And that's going to be our, you know, the main focus in the offseason. So with that, I'll open up for questions.
Jeff, you just talked the last offensive play of the first half, the 3rd and 1 for you guys, the 3rd and 1 play. With, like, I don't know, a minute and a half left in the half, the 3rd and 1, we throw the incomplete pass.
Yeah, we don't try to throw incomplete passes. Okay, so all I'm going to say is this, okay? Or you're either going to run the ball or you're going to throw the ball, okay, in the game, okay? And hindsight's 20/20, and our players are coached up to execute, and the play didn't get executed. So, you know, was that the only play in the game? No, there was a lot of plays in that game that we're going to look back at.
See, you're fine with that call in that situation.
You know, like I said, hindsight's 20/20. If I had a chance to go back and do it again, maybe we would have done something different. But at that time, we did it. That's what we did, and that's, you know, I have great faith in my players, and we spent a lot of time looking at different things at different times. So, you know, that's not the only thing that happened out there today. There's a lot of good things that happened out on that field today. That particular one, certainly, you know, we just got to move on. You know, you got to hope that you got a whole second half to get ready for.
Guess how difficult was it in the wind, trying to go into the wind today?
You know, the wind. Oh, I'm sorry, Chaz.
Well, I mean, they played in the wind too, so there's no excuse. You still got. Yeah, but still, I mean, you make no excuses. You got to execute the play that's called. We got to throw and we got to catch, and so that's on us. So.
Difficult to throw.
Yeah, but I mean, you practice in it. You went all summer in it, and so you know you got to deal with it. So.
Coach, you guys were reasonably decent shape, and they got the win in the 3rd quarter, 3 quick scores. They were kind of able to take advantage of the wind a little bit to a higher degree than you guys were. In the 3rd quarter, again, 3 straight scores.
We got to defend. You know, I mean, that's the key. You know, and there's going to be things we're going to look back at it. You know, we'll analyze it. We'll evaluate everything that went in that game and how we performed. You know, in terms of our effort, our execution, you know, our play calling. We look at it. It starts with me. You know, and it goes through our coaches. And certainly I felt the way the wind, as Chaz said, there's no excuse. They got to play in the wind too. But we need to defend it better, and we weren't able to do that.
Brandon, I wanted to ask you, obviously mixed emotions today. Personally, you know, 4 records set, but obviously not the way the season, you know, ended for your ball club the way you wanted it to. What are you thinking right now?
I ain't really thinking too much about the record. I just wanted to win, get the seniors a win. That's all I wanted to do, and that was basically it. I ain't really worried about the record right now.
It was a tough go today, wasn't it? I mean, they seemed to. I mean, they were determined that they were going to contain you anyway.
Oh yeah, they was, but you know they didn't. You know, we gonna game plan each and every week like we supposed to, and we just didn't do some of the little things right to get the victory.
Coach, it seemed like you guys were unable to overcome that holding penalty that wiped out Brandon's touchdown in the third quarter. That seemed to take an awful lot out of you guys.
Well, there's 10 penalties that were called, and you know, certainly that was you know, a key moment in the game. You know, we were going, like we said, you know, third quarter, try to create some momentum for us, and you know, I thought it was well executed. I wasn't in an advantage point to see what happened at that moment, but I saw Brandon break loose, and that's all I was looking for, and nobody caught him, you know, and then I turned back, and there's the flag. So, you know, it's disappointing because there's some other moments in that game that those penalties really hurt us in critical times.
Can you take us through the interception, you know, in the first quarter?
First, I just want to say I give God all the glory. But I mean, I just executed my job. Got back in the backfield like I was supposed to. Got my hands on the ball like I was supposed to. Caught the ball and just did what I was supposed to.
Is that a play where you got to be disciplined? I think it was play action and it was going the other direction. You see the hold your spot. Did you read something there?
Yeah.
It might be coming back?
I mean, I know Coach Jappy Oliver do a real good job of teaching us when we're not blocked. It's not because we got back there that fast. It's because something is up, and something was up, and I smelled the rat.
Bo, obviously it's frustrating right now, but when you look back in a few years, you know, setting these marks, what does that mean to you?
It means a lot. You know, I got next year, you know, to break more again. You know, I'm just work hard with the O-line and pull everybody else along.
Was there anything you guys saw in their defense that steered you like to the side, to a lot of sideline type passes? You didn't seem to utilize the middle of the field much in the pass game. Was there a reason for that? Is there something you saw that you thought you'd take advantage of? It's like, yeah, either one.
Yeah, I mean, we call plenty of pass plays that work down the middle of the field, down the sideline, in the flat, in the middle. I mean, you got to execute the plays. And there were a couple of situations where I think we had some open guys in the middle and we just didn't execute. You know, when they're playing drop 8, drop 9, you know, you got to pick your poison. You got to throw the ball on the sideline and hopefully make a play. So
they kind of dictated what you.
Yeah, but when we had a penalty, or we had a 3rd and long, 2nd and long, you know, they play drop 8, drop 9. Where are you going to throw the ball at? So.
Emotionally, same question I asked Coach about the holding penalty that wiped out Brandon's touchdown. What did that take out of you guys when you lost that touchdown?
Well, for me, it didn't take much out because I knew I had about 30 minutes left in my career. I just remember him breaking. I tried to sprint and catch him and realized he was gone and looked back and saw the yellow flag, but it didn't do anything to me. So.
On the next drive, you guys get that pass interference in the end zone after the interception. Can you talk about how that 42-point swing kind of changed the game, Coach?
That's exactly what changed the swing of the game. You know, those are moments. Our kids are playing hard. You know, listen, I know our kids wanted to win that football game. They prepared to win that football game, and they gave great effort. And sometimes those are aggressive mistakes, you know, that take place in the game. And certainly when those things happen at inopportune times, I don't certainly see it that way, you know, but it hurt us. Exactly. You know, it took opportunities. It took a possession away, took a score off the field, off the scoreboard. Those definitely are hard to recapture, you know, in a tight game against 2 good football teams. And Bowling Green's a good football team. We knew that. You know, and those are critical situations that took place that, you know, kept us from, you know, having the kind of outcome we wanted.
Yeah, setting this game aside and just looking at, you know, your decision to come to a different school, just that, you know, because you wanted to play one more year of football. Can you just reflect on that? What this season, you know, meant for you?
Any decision that I make, hopefully within the will of God, I try not to regret. And I'm truly grateful and thankful for Coach Quinn and the coaching staff for giving me the opportunity, as well as my teammates. Man, it's like a family, a lifelong family. And I know I built some relationships here that will last forever. And so I try to take that away, and hopefully God used me and worked in me and through me to impact some lives. And so I'm truly grateful.
What's next
next for you, Chaz?
Well, I'm going to go home and get a job, hopefully, and get ready for seminary. So,
Coach, as a whole, what are a few things you think this senior class leaves behind that?
You know, we asked them all year long to play all 12 games, play 4 quarters of football, give it everything you have, you know, and I know that there was a lot of things we're going to look back at that they were able to achieve. Certainly our record is nowhere near the kind of quality young men that these young men are and what they've done for this football program. And hopefully, you know, they're going to come back around and be a part of the University at Buffalo forever. Continue supporting this great team and this great university. And, you know, obviously, you know, our younger players need to learn from that. You know, like Chaz said, you know, here's a guy who came in 1 year who's made a big difference in our program. So I know they're hurting, you know, and it's tough. But, you know, these are moments that we're going to have to deal with, and they got to move on. And we wish them the very best.
Coach, trying to look at the bright side of things, you've got to be at least encouraged to see such production out of your younger guys, namely involved.
Absolutely. You know, I mean, that's another thing. You know, it's frustrating. It's disappointing, you know, and, you know, it wasn't good enough. But at the same time, I do see the same things our team does. You know, there's a lot of guys that are going to be coming back that had a lot of responsibility in playing in games and helping us build this football program 1 win at a time. We didn't get it done today, but I know those young guys are going to work hard, going to be more determined. That's the only way to do it. Okay? There is no quit, no give up, never. It's never going to happen under my watch and my leadership. And I know our coaches feel the same way. And I know our kids are going to come back and they're going to battle. And it's going to be a long off season. But at the same time, it's going to be productive with a lot of young players that are going to step up and help this football program grow for next year's team.
Can you talk a little bit about what you saw different from Bo this year versus last?
You know, we knew Bo's strengths, you know, and what you saw this year is a guy that understands, you know, blocking schemes. He understands, you know, how to make the proper cuts, how to set up blocks, you know, and just his relentless effort and determination and passion when he has the ball in his hand, and not even only the ball in his hand, but his blocking. I mean, you saw it today. There was a couple times today he stepped up and made some great blocks when they were blitzing backers and protection. So, and just his off-season work habits and his effort is just tremendous. So, you know, we're excited about this young man being here. And then when you get a guy like James Starks who set the bar, you know, and here's Bo Oliver comes in and says, hey, I'd like to achieve something, you know, that James set that bar, and he was able to do it. Our offensive line did a tremendous job, tight ends, fullbacks, everybody did to be able to get that done. We're looking forward to it. Now he raised the bar, now he's got to go and get it this offseason to get ready for next year.
On the interception, was that route run at a different depth than you were anticipating? Or?
No. The safety spun down into the box, and I lost sight of him, 3-step, looked away, and he broke on it. So it was just a bad read on my part.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.